Timmy.
Richard.
It's the two bulls.
Just us.
Yeah. Chad is away taking care of some personal matters. We're wishing him the best and thinking of him, and nothing too much to worry about, but we'll see him back here in a week or two.
Yep.
It's rare that you and I text one-on-one lately.
Yeah.
And it's even more rare that when we do, you surprise me anymore. You broke both of those molds this morning.
I did, yeah.
And you hit me with the most degenerate list I think I've ever seen.
It's up there. It was one of the more degenerate lists I've found in a while.
What were you tinkering with, Timmy?
I came across, like one of those little clickbait links on the front page of ESPN.
Yeah.
And it said, the Bears' best bets. I was like, well, I'm a Bears fan.
Right.
Who's the Bear? I click on the link, and it says, these are the best NFL draft bets to make on draft day.
Now, if you haven't picked up on it yet, we're not talking Chicago Bears. We're talking...
Nope. This is Chris Falca, the Bear.
From College Game Day.
Exactly.
And they always like to have him pick a few games.
Yeah. Apparently he knows what he's talking about. And so some of these were pretty interesting. Almost got me. They almost got me. But I just thought it was amusing because who just never crossed my mind to actually bet the draft, right? Because one, I barely watch. I know like you and Chad are pretty into it.
Right.
Chad especially, like he made a drinking day out of it sometimes,
Right.
But me, I just kind of glance over it and I'm like, oh, okay, the Bears have like a first rounder and like a third rounder or whatever.
And you usually just putter around the house if you're anything like me, and you stop in time to watch your team completely blow the pick.
Oh, right, exactly. It's just comical, right? You're like, yeah, I'm not that invested because they'll just disappoint me.
Right.
But look at one of these. So over 5.5 wide receivers. So over 5.5 wide receivers are going to be selected in the first round as an over-under pick.
Oh my God. So when I are you asking me to choose, or are you just giving that as a demonstration?
I'm just giving that as an example, but you're welcome to make it.
Well, what I noticed on this sheet is in addition to picking like a select group, you can also bet on which player your team will pick.
Uh-huh.
You can bet. What else can you bet on?
Like draft position. You can pick like which player is selected first by your team. And there's just like all these other little
10 ways you can do it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like all the different ways you can become a degenerate on draft day.
And we are recording the show live on the draft Thursday evening.
Yeah.
In fact, they're airing my favorite AT&T commercial with Mr. Stafford at the moment.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
We'll throw out. It makes me cry and laugh. So when I got this, I was legitimately nervous about coming over tonight. I thought Tim's going to be out with his shirt off and the $1 bills out.
Hanging off the balcony.
Yeah, exactly.
There's an Adam. Oh, it's a 101.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Pack to the Future. I'm your host, Ricky, a.k.a. Mr. eBay. And we're missing my co-host and partner in crime, Dr. Chat.
Someone called for a doctor?
But we got him here this week, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome Papa Panda himself, Dr. Tim.
Here we go, baby. Prepare to be underwhelmed.
Well, we've got a really fun show for you guys this week. We're going to hit into another segment of what grinds my gears. We're going to talk the latest PSA grading results from February. And before we hop into that, though, Kimmy, you located a new product that just released yesterday.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about this product? I did do some research, so I can give you the basics, but
Sure.
Just a little bit about what this product is, how it came to your attention.
Yeah, this was really nowhere on my radar, right? Over the last year, we'd heard about, the name, image, likeness deals that the NCAA players have struck.
Right.
And, we were always curious about how that might have played out in hobby products. And
Right.
This was the first example of that. I thought that kind of caught my attention.
Yeah, I agree. And what we're talking about is Bowman University Football.
Yep.
It released April 27th.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yep.
As we're recording this a couple days ago, as you're hearing this. Now, Bowman University Football, 2021-22. So it's coming out a little late on the release.
Yeah.
Usually when they are releasing in the year, it's that year and the year forward. Right?
Yep.
This marks Topps' return to football for the first time since they lost their NFL license in 2016.
Yeah.
So a 6-year absence.
Mm-hmm.
The cost of this box is about $160, 170 bucks.
Yeah, I was seeing him marked up a little bit more than that, though, unfortunately, to like 200, 250, and then kind of course correcting now back down to 200.
Yeah. Well, and I suspect you may even see him a little bit cheaper at some point in time.
Yeah. These aren't exactly flying off the shelves from the looks of it.
No. We were tempted.
Yeah.
I tried to talk you into it. We'll get into that in a minute.
We were close.
Each box comes with 4 cards per pack and 24 packs per box.
Yeah.
In case you're wondering, that's 12 boxes per case. I think that's like the standard for your basic card set?
Yeah, it's safe to say, if you were on like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and they're like, hey, which how many hobby boxes are in a in a hobby case? You're going to be right with 12 most of the time, or 10. 10 would be the trick answer.
Okay, yeah, I could see that. Now, in each box, you're going to get 2 Croman Bowman U autographs per box, okay?
Yeah.
And the reason that the chrome is so important there is this is a 100 card base set, and it's just a paper base set.
Yeah, easy to miss there, but yeah.
Yeah, but they also have the same 100 cards in the chrome version.
Mm-hmm.
So that really almost is your first parallel.
It is, and you'll notice this in Bowman baseball products too, right? Like there's all the paper base that people mostly ignore until, the whole PSA junk slab era when people would actually save them because they became valuable, like $100 cards potentially. But now they're back to being paper base.
Yeah.
So you really do want to hit those chrome cards. And it's noticeable when you open a Bowman product. You're like, paper. Oh, thick card.
Yeah. No, and Bowman does a really good job with the thick glossy cards, I feel.
They do. I mean, you notice them. So.
Yeah. Now, on the inserts, and we're going to talk about this product after we kind of go over a review. As to some of the inserts that this card has, the first insert that jumps out is 2000 Bowman Throwback.
Yeah.
Effectively. 2000 Bowman. It's this year's college athletes in the 2000 Bowman card design.
Yeah. I mean, you'll recognize it. I mean, it's the classic Tom Brady, 2000 Bowman card look.
Yeah. What do you think of this insert set? I guess let's take the inserts at least and start talking about them.
They're the interesting part of the product for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you think about this 2000 Bowman? 30 card set, insert set.
Yeah. And I know exactly what they were doing, right? Like, they wasted no time capitalizing on them getting a chance to use it again.
Right.
It makes no sense, right? Because all their other baseball products, they're like, 35th anniversary, so we'll throw it back to, 35 years ago. This is like in no rhyme or reason, just
22 anniversary.
Yeah, exactly, of 2000 Bowman. But no, it'll tug at people, right? The second they see it, they'll be like, oh, Topps has their their football license back, right?
Yeah. So to explain these card layouts, it's like a copper outline at the top. I'd say fourth of the card.
Mm-hmm.
The bottom 3/4 of the card outlined in black and copper gold stripes, or black and copper stripes, followed by an all black bottom. You also have a teal kind of U shape around the bottom, also accenting the frame at the bottom 3/4.
Mm-hmm.
This design is hideous.
It should have stayed in 2000. Yeah.
It absolutely should have stayed in 2000. I've never seen this card design. That shows how bad of a collector I am.
Oh, really? You've never seen it?
Never.
You don't recognize Brady in that?
No. In fact, so I Googled 2000 Bowman to say.
Okay, so you did see. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
To see like what was the big deal about this set. And from what I can tell, the only importance to this 2000 Bowman set is the fact that it did produce one of Tom Brady's rookie cards.
Yeah, because Brian Urlacher was one of my favorite players for a long time, right? And his card was in there, in that set as well. But I wouldn't be able to tell you who else was in that set.
If you just Google 2000 Bowman football.
Should we do this?
Yeah, and pull up. Yeah, actually, and you just tell me what you see, because I'll tell you, you're going to make my point for me.
2000 Bowman football.
Okay. And then, no, not even checklist.
Oh, no. Okay.
Just
2000 Bowman football.
And then I want you to click on the images.
Should I do Bing? Because their search is even worse.
No, click
2000
on
Bowman football.
Yeah,
okay.
click on the images.
Images tab. Not shopping. Images.
How many of those are Brady? At least half?
No. I see one who's not. He's in a Redskins jersey, so I'm tempted to click on it right away. So Washington football team, former great.
Yeah, if you do
Bruce
this.
Smith. Hey, I recognize that name.
But if you do this, I'm telling you, 60% or more
Oh, yeah.
are Tom
it's
Brady.
Brady. Oh, there's a Colts player. Let's see who that is. Nope.
So, I don't get it. I agree with you. They rushed it out. There's no rhyme or reason to do this. There's no meaningful impact to this set.
No.
You don't even have, and we're going to dive into this in a minute, you don't even have a great draft class to apply this set to.
I don't think so. I mean, I wouldn't be able to name more than 5 players out of this, draft, unfortunately. Yeah.
No, and this draft is not producing sexy picks.
No, not like last year where, top 10 were like all QBs, right?
Right.
So,
And we'll dive into that in just a minute. But I thought that was a little bit of a head scratcher as far as an insert.
No, I mean, I see right through their BS and exactly know why they put that insert set in there. First and foremost. Yep.
Now, the next insert set that they offer is Bowman Invicta. This is a 20-card set. Invicta, Latin for undefeated or unconquered.
Hey, look at you. I searched for that too.
I couldn't find any of these images yet. I think we're too close to the release, but I did find a baseball.
Yeah, and that's where they're porting them over from. So.
What was your thought of the Invicta insert set?
It means nothing in football to me, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's no chance of being undefeated in football, basically, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, so that makes no sense. But the card, I mean, it's a step up from the 2000 Bowman design, right? It's black and chrome at least, and they are chrome cards, so they will look and feel nice.
Yeah, no, and I think that will be kind of cool to see them when they do release, how they look. I'm a little underwhelmed with the baseball Invicta just because I think baseball has so many. Topps owns baseball, so they give such a variety of baseball cards. Seeing this Invicta compared to other baseball cards is underwhelming.
Yeah,
but I think in this product, I think that it'll work and it'll look nice. Still kind of a funny phrase.
Yeah,
of course you're undefeated. You haven't played in a game yet, idiot.
Oh yeah, there's that. So maybe that's what they're going for.
Yeah. The next insert set is the Golden Boys.
Yeah.
15 card set. I was able to find some images of those. Selling if you like this card set when you look it up and you don't want to buy the box and you want to go after these inserts, the Golden Boy inserts are selling for just a few bucks.
That's it, huh?
Yeah.
I was about to look, but yeah, no.
$5-10.
Thanks for looking. Yep.
They're very reasonably priced.
Interesting.
My take on these inserts were they have a kind of a gold base to them. I'd say the first fifth of the card, maybe a little bit less, is gold. It says Golden Boy in gold at the bottom. Has kind of a circle behind the athlete with some design in the background. The reason I'm saying design in the background, these photo images are not playing very well, but it also seems clear to me that these types of cards may pop in person. Maybe. It may be a situation where the scanner simply just isn't capturing.
Just made them too muted.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that they're going to be mind-blowing, but I do think that they're going to be better looking than the photos give them credit for, is all I'm saying. What are your thoughts on the Golden Boy inserts?
Well, the second I read that insert name set, I just wanted to punch somebody in the face.
It sounds like boxing.
Yeah.
It should be a boxing insert.
No, just because I know Golden Boys are just very punchable people. So. No, I see what they're doing because, we've talked before about how QBs are the most desirable players to collect in football by far and away, right? So, again.
QB-focused insert.
Yep, so you know exactly what they're going for there, too.
And our final insert, this one, if anything speaks to me, the big kahuna.
Yep. You had texted that to me. It's like,
Now, I love it because, it's kind of big man on campus, big fish, play on that. And this is a college set. It is downtown kaboom alert.
yeah, with a little bit of street art, graffiti type mix to
Yeah,
it. Right?
yeah, definitely. I think they're pretty cool overall. I think that these might be kind of a cool thing to collect. And I'll be honest, I looked up a couple of these as well. I think you could get these for anywhere from $25 to $50.
Oh, that's stupid cheap for being one in 288 packs.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not going to be easy to come by.
Thank you for sharing that stat. That was the big one for me. I mean, they're not super common.
Nope. Yeah.
And only a 25 card set. This might be a set that someone collects and gets all PSA slabbed and shows up at a card show with.
I could see that being pretty cool, especially if you're a big fan of college football. Right?
Yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So now that we've kind of reviewed the set, one thing of note, and we're going to talk about this, I'm going to touch on it in my overall review of the set. They do offer a ton of parallels.
Yeah.
Tons of parallels.
Tons.
That's the new, I think that's the way you're going to see every card set come out nowadays. It's the way you give value to a card set.
Yeah, questionable if that's value, right? Because you look at the card breakdowns in these boxes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're promised 4 refractors. That's not just the nice, cool, silver, shiny refractor. It's any of the really crap parallel shimmers too.
Right.
Right. And all the other color variations that most people don't care about. So.
Yeah. So a way for them to kind of remove the value, I guess, from the product itself you're getting. But also by putting these parallels out in the world, that ensures that this product is cemented on some level as a collectible. There's going to be some collectible cards
absolutely.
out there.
Right. Yeah.
But you're right. It's another way for him to give you junk. And honestly, when you sent me the discussion of should we go buy a box of this, one of the first things I did was pull up the checklist to say most of these players better be people I would want.
Right.
And that just wasn't the case.
Nope.
And so it's a trick that every card, every product has, right?
Yeah.
90% crummy players no one wants, and 10% the big hits. But what was your overall feeling of this product and how it relates to the name, image, likeness law and allowing athletes to then now be a part of products like this while in school? How do you think they did overall?
I think the players that are on the checklist will really find this cool, right? Because it's not just draft eligible players. It can be anybody, like one of the fresh recruits, upcoming stars. Sophomore.
How pissed would you be if you're coaching some sophomore superstar, little turd, and he gets a big kahuna card? He's going to be uncoachable.
Right.
Signing autographs, walking around. He's going to have the Jake Paul chain, his big kahuna card.
Yep.
I agree with you, though. It is cool. And maybe it's something the athletes themselves will get excited about. And I'll tell you what else. If you're a big college fan, you get some of this big kahuna card and pair it with last week's episode where we talk about these private signings. Mm-hmm. Every college offers their athletes at the red and white game, orange and white game, their college game, often will make the players available. They're far more accessible for these autographs.
Approachable, accessible.
Right.
Yeah.
Hell, you could go stalk them on campus. but that could be a cool aspect as well.
I think so, because you have to do something to make up for the fact that there's no team logos on them.
Yeah, what's
that about?
That is a big problem.
Yeah.
And man, it is a glaring it's a glaring mark among an otherwise pretty solid product when you look at it as a whole.
I know. My first impression overall, so back to your question, was, okay, this is pretty cool. Mm-hmm. And then, you kind of go through the parallels, you go through the insert set like we just did, and it just, you just get less and less impressed as you read more and more and look more at it too. Right. Because it took me a little while to notice that the logos weren't there, and then I was like, oh yeah, this is a Bowman product. This happens in Bowman baseball too.
Right.
Right, where they do a lot of photoshopping, like we were talking about pre-show.
Right.
And it just I don't know. It just, like any of the draft picks products, the draft products that Panini does. I mean, this is
well,
yeah.
and as you put it, and I guess what I'm trying to get at is, I think that this product itself is super cool.
It is.
I love, and I'm going to kind of mesh the two,
Okay.
and talk about what I loved and didn't like so much. The stuff I loved were the lots of parallels. Anytime you get a parallel, it gives you an ability to chase. It gives you a potential rainbow or a variation. For me, for example, there's not very many Jeff Malone in Jazz jerseys autographed.
Mm-hmm.
Lately, they've come out with one or two in a rainbow type setting with parallels. So it's been fun for me to be able to collect multiple Jeff Malones when there's not a lot out there.
Well, there's only one card.
Right, exactly. Two.
Two, sorry.
But so I think that that's pretty cool. I love what they did with embracing the college feel. Bowman U.
Yeah.
The logo looks cool. It looks like a university.
Yeah, I noticed that, yeah.
That's done better than any Panini product, collegiate, I've ever seen.
Yeah, they just went whole hog with it.
Yep, they owned it. And honestly, I have dabbled in college. I like to collect a little bit of Utah, a little bit of Texas. This product would speak to me with this, what they're starting to pitch, right? But where they missed a huge opportunity, as you've mentioned, we've kind of toyed around it, is in not licensing the NCAA.
Yeah, I thought that would come with it.
You have to license. I mean, and some of the players, they've tried to trick us a little bit.
Yeah.
Like some of the samples they give us are Ohio State. Well, they don't have a logo.
Nope.
But I'll tell you what, that Texas Longhorn's gone, and on the jersey, it's all gone. Same with the conference they're in.
Yeah.
Some of these big Kahuna cards, the example they gave us on this sheet is the side view of the helmet, Malik Williams. I'm not saying that right. Malik Willis. My photo's too small. It's the side of his helmet. That is glaring. And that creates this when Panini does baseball.
Yep.
And it's missing something.
It is.
It feels fraudulent.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
And I think that's a big deal. Honestly, if they'd gotten the NCAA license, I think that this could be a much stronger product.
Would have been a home run. Wrong sport, but
Yeah. But let me see what else. I do think that as the hobby expands, that it creates these markets that are, and we'll get into this more, but they're kind of like overflow markets. When I went to DC and my conference was held at the Ritz, and I had to stay at the Courtyard Marriott, I was in overflow.
I know what you're saying there.
I think that that's what this product could have produced, and honestly taken on a lot more overflow of people that just want to rip wax, that just want to get into the hobby but can't afford it. Put the NCAA logos on there.
So close, right? Especially at that price point.
Yes. I do think you could I also think you could have some fun with this product, similar to baseball Bowman fans. It offers you the football version of prospecting, if that's something you're into.
Yeah, everything will say first Bowman on it.
Yeah. I think that's pretty cool. So as you can tell, I desperately want to care about this product.
You tried.
I did.
Yeah.
The no logos is a huge deal breaker for me.
I think so.
I don't think it'll be a standalone product. And as I've kind of toyed with, or teased and mentioned previously, is I think in order for this product to be on the map, you need a draft class like last year.
Yeah.
You need a draft class like Zion Jaw.
Yeah.
That gets people so excited. Oh, did we just trade up?
The Lions pick is in.
All right. I thought we were picking 32. We must have done something.
Oh, yeah. That's number 12.
Sorry, I will not get distracted by the draft again. But yeah, I think you need a big draft class to get the people excited. Otherwise, I don't think you're going to get a ton of buy into a product like this.
Isn't that crazy? They missed it by a year, right? Like, can you imagine if this was last year?
Oh my
with
God.
that draft class?
Oh my God, no. I think people would be flipping out.
Yeah. Even without the team logos.
Yeah, I think you're right. So, but it's too hard. And I think, honestly, even if you hit a big name player in this, these cards just don't sell for as much as their typical cards there, because there are other cards people want more.
Oh, exactly. By the time they make it to the NFL, they will have hundreds of other types of cards that will be desirable.
Totally. Let's see. I don't like the base. I would like the chrome, but the paper base, get out of here.
What about the Prime Chrome signatures, like the sets out of 50 there?
It's funny you asked that because that photo pointed something out to me, and I'm going to have a weird. This almost could lead us into our next segment.
Yeah.
With Grind in My Gear, I saw that photo, and it was a Texas running back.
Yeah.
So I was interested in looking at it. I don't like the tops. Well, first of all, it's a sticker auto. I got a problem with that. But to be fair to the set, here's what's cool about this set is every insert also offers a signature. You can get autographed insert cards.
Yeah, that was a wrinkle that we kind of glossed over.
It is. And that's a pretty cool and meaningful difference from your standard set, I'd say. Here's what I don't like. On the top sticker, it says stuff like, has a hologram on it. Tops TSG, certified, guarantee, Tops authentic.
Yep.
It's really an additional authenticator. I don't like it. It's too distracting. I think it makes the card look cheaper. It makes it more apparent that you have a sticker on there. And you already have it on the back of the card that the autograph's authentic. I think it's unnecessary.
That's a good point.
But I think I'm going to be in the minority. Honestly, I think when people reach out, I think they're going to say, you're an idiot. You want the authentic hologram sticker. But to me, I'm like, in that card in particular that you asked me about, it really popped that was a sticker because of that hologram stuff. And I decided, I don't like that.
That's okay. That is allowed. But yeah, I see what you're saying. I mean, compare that to like what Panini did with Contenders this year, where they felt like a need to disguise that they might have used stickers even more by making the signature box look like a sticker box, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, they're just.
Well, and Topps has done stickers well. They do. They've got some gold stickers that almost looks like it's a part of the card that they'll sometimes have them sign. I like that a lot more.
Yeah.
Because it almost looks like that's just the fabric of the card.
Yeah.
But I'm not a fan of the stickers. One final question I had for you, Timmy.
Sure.
You've been making bets, making deals on the draft as we're watching it. Any players in this set that like you would want to go after? Any that popped out to you? And I know I put you on the spot, so if there's not any, that's fine.
No, I mean, there just really wasn't, right? I mean, like, I hate the Buckeyes, so, just by default, I'm not going to go after them. I mean, for you, like, Aiden Hutchinson might be really cool.
Yeah.
You just drafted Jameson Williams from Alabama. How do you feel about that?
Picking another wide receiver.
Man, yeah, with no QB to throw to. So speaking of QBs, right? Like, I've got no vested interest in any of the QBs this year in particular. And then the first two picks were, like we just saw, defensive ends.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? And I'll tell you, we're just watching. Jameson Williams got picked up by the Lions at pick 12, okay?
Yeah.
He wasn't even on my list of the top sexy players available.
Chad just texted you to say, another wide receiver in the first round for the Lions. Laughing at you already.
Damn it. So here was my point. I looked up the latest mock draft, right, from ESPN. Here's who they had. These are position players that sell. I ignored all the O linemen, D linemen.
Oh, right.
Your first position player was wide receiver Garrett Wilson at Ohio State going at 10.
No. What did I just say? I ignore all the Buckeyes, right?
Right. So. Drake London, wide receiver USC at 11. Luke Willis, QB at 20. Breece Hall, running back Iowa State at 25. Those are the top in each of those positions.
That's your first round.
It's your first round. Not in the top 10. Not one of them.
That's horrendous.
And then we saw this guy.
Yeah.
I don't know this man from Alabama. Just get picked 12.
He just got off the line like a little snail.
Oh, man. So, I think that I think this year's a good example, though, that we're seeing a lot of offensive line, defensive line, cornerbacks getting picked. They don't sell well in cards. So this set just means nothing right now.
It's going to be garbage. Yeah. Sorry. Final verdict.
Final answer. So overall, I think Bowman football will be really cool once Topps or Fanatics has the football license.
Yeah.
But if Bowman U is going to make a mark, you really do need that NCAA license.
Yeah.
So I would overall avoid saving your money on this year's Bowman U product. And those of you at home may be asking, but Ricky, what should we be spending our hard-earned dollars on? Well, friendos, let me tell you about a product that will increase your happiness and the happiness of those closest to you. That's right. I'm talking about Manscaped. Right now, Manscaped is offering their Performance Package 4.0, and this package is a game changer. The package includes Manscaped's 4th generation lawnmower trimmer, which features a cutting-edge ceramic blade and advanced skin-safe technology to reduce grooming accidents. This bad boy also includes a 440K LED flashlight feature so you can see where you're working. I hear all you asking, but Ricky, I just trimmed the old twig and berries last week. What else can Manscaped offer me? Well, fret not. In addition to their waterproof lawnmower 4.0, the Performance Package includes Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant and Crop Reviver Ball Toner to ensure you're always fresh in the nether regions as we head into the hottest months of the year. But that's not all. Order the Manscaped Performance Package 4.0 right now and receive a pair of silky smooth boxer briefs to perfectly complement your haircut below. So head on over to manscaped.com, grab your Performance Package 4.0, and at checkout, use the code PACK. That's PACK, PACK, to receive 20% off your order, plus free and fast shipping. That's manscaped.com, promo code PACK. All right, everyone, welcome back to the show. You can follow us on our website at pttfpodcast.com. You're going to find all our shows. You're going to find all our blog posts, images to help complement any show we're doing each week, videos of us. You can shop all our sponsors for all your hobby supply needs. Go ahead and give us a follow, PTTF Podcast. Make it one of your favorite links and check us out frequently and often. Leave us a voicemail. You'll make it to air. All right, Timmy. So for this segment, we pull out another what grinds our gears. You know, you need this every so often just to get a release of the most frustrating aspects of the hobby.
Yeah.
So, Timmy, you started off with a couple things that you felt have to go.
Yeah, I just, scrolling through Facebook looking for a break to join the other day. And just started seeing comments like, oh my gosh, pulling fire, dude. Came up during one of the breaks. Like, why do we say that, Ricky? Like, how do you pull fire? Where did that come from?
Welcome to the club of adults.
No, I refuse.
How about nasty? Can we throw nasty in with that?
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, nothing good comes up when you say the word nasty.
Hey, you know what, Tim?
Golf clap?
Golf clap.
Golf clap.
Well
Okay.
done.
Yeah.
Well done, Timmy. Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? I'm with you. Fire. Do you even collect bra?
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Nasty. Nasty's got to go. Fire's got to go.
Yeah.
Banger's got to go.
Banger. Like, come on. Like,
Banger right on out of this conversation.
bangers and mash, right? Like, banger belongs nowhere in the breaking world.
Oh, man. Well, but I also don't want this segment to be all... I worry about segments like this, and I worry about Tim in segments like this,
Oh, no.
that it's all just negative for you, Timmy.
Well,
So-
it's not all just negative.
Well, I got a couple pieces of hobby news, and I want to see if I can't bring you out of this funk.
Okay, let's do it. Yeah, we'll flush that negativity out, and let's go with something better.
I'm going to get you excited, Timmy.
Okay, let's do it. I'm ready.
The Topps Living Set, a set that was started a number of months ago. And They just released one card at a time.
Yeah.
For all eternity, as far as I can tell. They have just released the Bobby Witt Jr. rookie card. What do we think?
Oh, Bobby Witt Jr., I mean, he did have some hobby buzz.
Yeah?
But Bobby Witt Jr. this year is batting .206. He's got no homers. Just 5 runs batted in. 13 hits. 17 strikeouts, and 63 at bats. That Bobby Witt Jr. Man.
All right, but Timmy, what if I told you that the Wander Franco 2021 Top Series 1 Platinum 1 of 1 was just pulled?
Do you see where it got pulled from?
Where did it get pulled from?
A Walgreens box.
A Walmart blaster?
No, he said Walgreens. I went back and double checked.
What? Walgreens?
Yeah, who buys cars at Walgreens?
I didn't even know they sold them at Walgreens.
There's no way that story's real. Meh.
All right, Timmy, but what about there's a guy who made a Facebook post, and it features Luis Robert's first ever private in-person signing. We talked about it last week.
We did. I looked at some of those pictures. I like the black on black, right? You know, this guy took, the guy that was posting about it on Facebook, he took his black parallels from non-rookie years.
Those were cool.
That was pretty cool. That was a good idea, good boys in black.
Would have looked a little cooler with a silver paint pen, though.
Yeah. I mean, he went with black Sharpie. He paid a lot of money for those autos. $140, I think it was.
Uh-huh.
Those cars are worth like $5 a piece on a good day.
And to be fair, I don't think he allowed for anything other than a black Sharpie or blue.
Nope, just black Sharpie. And it would have been like another $40 for an inscription. The only inscription allowed was his nickname, which is La Pantera.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Which is the Black Panther. You know, I really like that, but you won't hear any White Sox fan call him by that.
Right.
You know, like he's trying so hard to make that nickname happen. It's just not happening, right? Like you don't hear anybody in the hobby go, "Oh yeah, La Pantera, such a great player." Like other people, non-baseball people have tried to go by that nickname, and so it's not even unique, right? So I saw those, and I went, meh.
Oh, okay.
And you want to know why he was even available for a signing?
Why?
Because he pulled this for and is sitting on the DL.
I didn't even realize. Yeah, they're supposed to be playing baseball right now.
He's in Arlington Heights signing autos in the back of a bar.
Oh, my God. Oh, all right. I got one more for you, Tibby.
Yeah, you better.
2021 Topps Finest Basketball Checklist has fallen.
There we go. Yeah! There we go, baby.
Been released.
That's what we've been waiting for.
All right. Let's talk about this for a second. The 2021 Topps Finest Basketball is going to come out as a Topps exclusive, 4 cards per pack, 18 packs per box. We know nothing about parallels. Nothing's been reported. A 60-card base set. No inserts announced as of yet. It did offer 1 autograph per box. Offers a lot of the checklist, a lot of 90s era basketball players.
And 80s.
Felt a little bit like, not Allen and Ginter, Goodwin champions, where they're all in street clothes. Some over the top. I think Allen Iverson maybe had like a big fur coat on.
Yeah. Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah
actually.
Thomas, yeah.
Yeah. You know, Dirk was in a nice dapper suit with a nice big fat auto that they showed going off card.
See, and this checklist, you're likely to get someone you know.
This is true, right? And that's why I was excited initially. So, lots of players that we grew up watching, right? This actually came up in our Instagram chat with a couple of our fellow listeners.
Yeah.
Certain guy collects Kukoc, and he was very excited that Mr. Kukoc was on this checklist.
Yes.
And why wouldn't you be, right? When was the last time Tony Kukoc was on a checklist?
Last time Jeff Malone was, probably.
Probably. Yeah. So if you're not excited about Mr. Kukoc, then GFY. No. But no, I mean, like if this doesn't tug at your sentimental heartstrings, then I don't know what set will, right?
Yeah.
And problem is, so I know I was super excited about hearing about this, and I was, right? Because, you know, like we caught a whiff of, forget the name of the player, but he was, there was like a photo on social media that was passing around.
Detlef Schrempf, maybe?
Wasn't
There were a
Detlef.
couple.
There were a couple, but yeah, of like photos of like it was Kenny Anderson.
He was one as well.
Yeah.
There were two of them.
Two of them, right? Like that were signing in like what looked like like a Denny's booth diner. So bad.
There was. I just stopped the show.
Oh, good grief.
But no, you're right. These were the cards we saw him signing, right?
I think so. And everybody was so excited. They're like, oh my gosh, Topps has their license back. They're going to do football and basketball.
Yeah.
And then Fanatics stole all their thunder.
Well, yeah. And what we'd heard is that this product was planned for release from Topps prior to the Fanatics acquisition.
Mm-hmm.
I hope Fanatics sticks with it. I think that this could be a good teaser.
You think, yeah, it's going to be like a...
When Fanatics has the NBA license and they
Yeah.
start releasing these bad boys.
Think people will get behind it then?
Oh, yeah. Look out. That's going to be the new Prism.
But like, why aren't they excited about it now, right? Like this is
I'll tell you what.
this is the threshold being crossed. Right?
It is. It is. And I think there's some excitement. And I think you might even get some basketball collectors if they had a couple too many drinks buying one of these. The reason you're not excited is, again, Goodwin champions. Street clothes. You're not seeing the player, the team logos, the team names, the jerseys. You're not seeing them in action doing what they do so well.
Just looks gimmicky, right?
It does. It feels again off-brand, fraudulent. It feels leaf. And so I think that's probably the reason. Also, very little is known about it. It doesn't seem to. I'm gonna be shocked if they don't offer an insert set. That's a problem.
I don't think there is an insert set.
I don't either.
As far as we know, right? Like the preview, it just says the base set checklist, which you said had 60 cards, and there's a sneaky number 61 that apparently is hidden and not listed or revealed yet.
Oh, really?
Interesting. Don't know who that's going to be.
What if like Jordan somehow like worked some weird
Worked his
angle
way
with
back in?
Topps?
There's got to be something there,
Yeah.
right? They're doing something goofy there.
That is weird.
But yeah, I mean, the autograph set checklist, I mean,
I
you've
think-
got some people on there.
Oh yeah. There's certainly some names in there. I mean, not anyone that's gonna like blow your collection away, but
Corey Blunt.
whoa,
Percy Hawkins.
yes.
Judd Bushler. Oh my goodness, this just gets better and better.
Oh my god.
No, but I mean, there's Shaq, there's Steve Smith,
is.
there's Hardaway, Kukoc,
Yep.
Carter, Divac, right? I mean, there's a couple names on here that you wouldn't be able to find in products otherwise.
Yeah, totally. And I don't think Topps intended this, but I think what they've effectively done is created a teaser trailer,
Yeah,
a teaser product of what's to come.
that's a good way to describe it, right? Because you know they're not going to leave this alone, right? Fanatics isn't going to blow this chance to use Topps Finest or Topps Chrome.
No, I can't imagine. I think that's got to be one of their flagship sets out of Topps.
For acquiring Topps, right? Like if they blow that, then geez.
Yeah. No, I think you're going to see this. Let's see. Sorry. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, no, I don't see how you can not take advantage of the Finest set and the brand. Timmy, a couple things that are grinded my gears.
Uh-oh.
The first was on our show outline, you put Panini Prism Cade Cunningham jersey swap college card. So things that need to go for me is Tim to communication school. I thought I'd get you that one. So just unnecessarily mean. You told me that was actually Chad's idea, and you showed me the card. If you guys want to look this up, if you look up the Panini Prism Cade Cunningham rookie card, you'll notice he's in the Detroit Pistons jersey flying down the court. But you'll notice a couple other weird things. One of the fans in the background's wearing a TCU shirt. Of note, Cade Cunningham went to TCU. And the floorboards are clearly TCU floorboards. So
Yeah.
they've just decided we're not even going to put him in a jersey and get a photo. We're just going to Photoshop now.
And half-ass it and not even, blur out the background.
Panini Prism has more NCAA licensing than their NBA product than Bowman U.
That's so bad.
It's a problem. Seriously, though, things that need to go. Luka Doncic, he's overrated.
Oh,
That's coming from a Jazz fan on the brink of elimination.
yeah. That's not bitter or anything.
I've heard people say this on social media. I haven't had this experience recently, but I couldn't agree more. And we all need a reminder. Cards at a card show, not clearly labeled with either a price or not for sale sign. You're a jerk. You need to go. Especially with COVID. Okay. You guys have been to card shows with me. I don't want to interact with you, the seller, until it's time to do the deal.
Right.
I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to hear about how you got into collecting.
Yeah.
I don't want to tell you how I got into collecting. I don't want to have any interaction. I'm there with
It's not
Tim
necessary.
and Chad, and that's it. Add on to that COVID. People do not want to dig into your cards and go seeing and holding them. Some we may want to, but overall, we do not want to go in and say, can you please open your case and let me hold this? Then you're staring at me. Do I want it or not? You may start to negotiate with me. I wasn't ready for a negotiation.
Oh,
you know?
Just window shopping.
Just window shopping. You can't adequately window shop without these prices. There's no reason not to put the price next to somewhere obvious. And I'll tell you what happens when you show up at a card show and you see cards without prices, especially if they're for sale. It sends a signal that you're looking to put the screws to the buyer. That's not anyone you want to work with. When I'm trying to do a deal, I don't want to see someone and say, oh, they're trying to get every last dollar out of this card that they can.
Yeah, they're being rather smug about what they have out there, right?
Yep. So that needs to go. That grinds my gear. It also grinds my gear randomly, and nothing in particular got me going on this other than I just thought about it again. The disrespect that game used jerseys, relics, patch, whatever the hell you guys want to call it.
Swatch.
Oh my God. But the lack of respect that game used versions of these receives.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, these are going to be very valuable down the line. And maybe not even till the end of our lifetime.
Might not be.
It may be in the next generation. I'm telling you, these are going to be massive cards.
Yeah. I mean, we're coming to the end of an era effectively, right? Because, Fanatics isn't going to be doing like all game used either.
Yeah.
Right?
And I'm telling you, you really want to go after some of these older sports because back then they used to put even the date of the game it was used in.
No,
baseball did it. I've always raved about those with the little stickers where you can go on their website and see what game it was used from. So look out for those old products. I'm telling you, I think those are going to be just so valuable down the road.
Yeah. I mean, I think the Topps hologram died maybe 2018, 19, somewhere thereabouts, right?
Right.
Like you just don't see him anymore.
No, it is. It is too bad. And only baseball did it. If the other sports did it, I think that it would increase some major value.
Be really cool.
And then eBay offers inline. Okay, here's what grinds my gear.
Uh-oh. He just sat up in his chair.
When I, as the seller, make you an offer on eBay that is in line with comps.
Yeah, as you should.
And you either deny the offer or let it expire.
Oh.
You grind my gears.
Yeah, that's not acceptable.
I'm sorry that you have your card listed at 4 times the price of comps. But this is your responsibility now to come back to me and tell me what you would take it for. Even if you offer full price, you owe me a counter.
What if it's like a counter at a penny under their completely elevated price?
It's something.
That's still something.
I'm not happy with that, but it's something. But the disrespect
Yeah.
of I just can't stand and I do it on the flip side as a seller. I decline all the time, say, get out of here. But like, oh man, nothing. It grinds my gears.
Oh man. Well, that's okay. I mean, that's like just one less card that you weren't meant to own then.
You know what it was? It was the Heroes set. Panini had a Heroes insert set where it's kind of like a Kaboom downtown for football players.
Oh, this is something you did recently.
Oh yeah. It was. I got a eBay gift card for
Yourself?
Valentine's Day.
Oh no. Okay.
From the love of my life, and had to try and use it. So of course I tried to use it on 3 times the amount of cards. But the Prestige Football did an insert set, kind of like Kaboom, called Heroes.
Okay.
And they did it 2 years. And the most recent year, they offered parallels with different colored borders.
Okay.
So I decided I'm going to try and chase the set. Tom Brady's in it, so I want the red parallel.
Gotcha.
In the Bucks uni. Aaron Rodgers in the green.
Okay.
So those were the 2 cards I was going after. And they wanted no part of my money.
Wow. No response, huh? That's pretty bad.
Well, get at us at PTTF Podcast on Instagram. Let us know what grinds your gears.
Oh, yeah. Maybe we'll air those next week.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yep. And, one of the things that might come back by next week, too, is some of the cards that Chad submitted to us, through PSA.
So Joshua called me,
Uh-oh.
baby eBay, and said, when are you guys going to get those back? I need to be there.
Really?
When we do the trade.
Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, right. See? Well, one of you will have one less spot in your collecting case for a card. But, along with that, LeBron, right?
Yeah.
I had some cards in there that are going to be coming back. And if those do, then slowly but surely I'll be running out of space in my card case.
Oh.
So I've been outgrowing that case and looking to buy a larger one, maybe.
A Goliath?
A Goliath? No. I don't think I could fill up a Goliath.
Soon.
Someday. Soon. That's not happening anytime soon. So, but no, I do have to make room for the cards that we have coming back from that sub. I've been looking at the slab case XL at $129.99.
That I actually been looking at that too.
I think that's the sweet spot, right? It does hold about 120 cards. They say 110 to 164 cards in that case, depending on which grading company.
Right.
That's a lot of cards. That's definitely more than I'm able to hold in mine right now. I also like the idea of the slab case 2-row at $84.99, which still holds 40 to 60 cards. And I was reading their description on the site, and they had a good suggestion that was buried in one of their bullet points. It was like, this also holds top loaders and mags.
Ooh, and
right?
You have done something I have not been able to figure out. What do you do if you don't grade a card? You have the right answer.
Yeah, I put them in a mag.
Mag, and then you wrap it.
Yep. That's as good as a slab as far
throw
as
throw it in your Zion cases with your PC.
Yeah, that's where they belong. Nice and snug in a slab case 2-row. Think about it. You could also keep your supplies in there too. I know I keep like my card saver ones, my team bags, and
Great idea.
Other top loaders that are just sitting there,
Yeah,
nice and organized. So there you go. And if you need to lug them to like a trade night or just over to a friend's house to show off, how much easier and nicer is that?
Oh,
yeah. So, I might not be able to use this discount code, but our listeners definitely can, and they should head over to zioncases.com or thecollectioncase.com. Both direct you to their website, and you can use the code PACK, P-A-C-K, for 10% off your order.
all right, everyone. Welcome back to the show. You can reach us on our Instagram page at PTTF Podcast. That's at PTTF Podcast. Give us a follow and reach out to us, DM us, slide into our DMs and say hello. We love interacting with our listeners. We
do.
Love posting funny content, reposting funny content. So reach out, interact with us, say hello.
Yeah, give us show ideas. We like that too.
Yes. All right. For our final segment, Timmy, you threw out and sent to me the PSA grading report for the month of February of this year.
Yeah.
And you broke this down a little bit. I'm going to steal from you.
You're okay.
We're going to list off our likes and yikes.
Yeah. You like that?
I do.
Yeah.
And I'll start first, give you a little time to work on your end.
Yeah.
A couple of things that jumped out at me, likes-wise. Baseball!
It is baseball season. That's right.
Off air, I think Chad mentioned to me that baseball is starting to really take off sales-wise.
Yeah.
Finally.
Right.
And they are the number one card group graded in February.
I saw that. I mean, it makes sense, right? Maybe the hobby follows the actual sports seasons.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I still love that Shohei Ohtani leads all of baseball. That Wander Franco train hasn't run him over yet at number 2.
It's good, right? I didn't want to see that happen. So
I have a question for you, and I purposely didn't look this up. I will guess if you want, but I don't know who Kirill Kaprizov is.
Yeah, so I've fallen off the wagon watching hockey since I've moved away from Chicago because the games just are so much harder to find, right? Even on a nefarious little website for streaming, they just don't give me access to hockey all that well.
Right.
And it's made it really hard to keep up. But, Kaprizov is left wing for the Minnesota Wild. And when I looked up his stats, they were pretty jaw-dropping. So in 79 games this season, he scored 45 goals, dished out 60 assists. So that's 105 points. That's, anytime you cross 100 points in a season, that's pretty damn good.
That is.
He's averaging more than a point a game. So he's super talented. And so his 2020 Upper Deck Young Guns PSA 10 is way up the charts at, the second most subbed card in February?
Yeah.
And that's for all sports. And his value is at $550 to $600 for that card when I was looking. It might actually be a good deal because, you look at like Connor McDavid right now, Austin Matthews, their cards are through the roof. So there's probably room to grow there by like 2 to 3 to maybe 4 if you can keep that production up.
Wow.
In like 5 years, you might be sitting on a nice little return. If you know nothing about him and still just wanted to blindly buy his cards, letting you know that if this kid's that good for a couple more seasons, you're sitting at like at least a 3X, I think.
Woo!
Yeah.
You heard it here, guys.
And I just blew all my hockey content for at least a month.
Ezra just blew out the wall. He didn't even go through the door. He just blew through the wall on his way to the local card shop to go get all his hockey cards, his Kaprizovs.
Yep.
The other thing I liked, Burrow was being graded more than Brady, Herbert, and Mahomes. I like to see Burrow and the Bengals. It is.
Yeah.
I think there's something there. I think Burrow really has lifted that organization.
It's changed the culture, right?
He has. And they've had some good quarterbacks in the past that didn't get it done.
No, he's far more exciting than watching Carson Palmer.
Yeah,
right?
that's exactly who I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
And
Andy Dalton.
Andy Dalton didn't get it done.
No, not even close.
So I'm just excited to see him do well, and potentially the Bengals. I like a small market team like that, just to watch them see what they can do. There'll be a point, if they win a Super Bowl before the Lions, I'll be pissed. But
they might.
They
probably will.
They've been to 3, so
yeah.
Some of the yikes for me. Football still at number 3, and they just cannot seem to overtake basketball, which shocks me because as a whole in the nation, I think football is still comfortably ahead of basketball as far as nation sport.
As far as like national engagement, like right now, NBA playoffs, right? You have, really diehard fans for each team, right? That care a lot. But like as a country, like
their draft just stopped the show.
Yeah, it stopped the show. I'm not watching Chris Paul potentially lose to Zion-less Pelicans.
We've got the draft on over the playoffs.
Exactly. Yeah, it's absurd, right? And there's like maybe 2 minutes of action for every 15 minutes of dialogue on the NFL draft, right?
Right.
So yeah, I'm with you there. That makes no sense.
A couple other things I didn't like. I don't like seeing Pokemon at 4 overall.
No, yeah, I didn't even
above soccer, hockey, and wrestling MMA.
That's an insult. As much as I don't give soccer and like F1 racing credit, Pokemon, I mean, I understand why they're more popular because of the global market,
right?
And just because Pokemon's just its own little beast. But
have you ever met a passionate Pokemon collector? I don't know that I have.
Only online, not like in person. Like I don't know anybody personally who's like, oh my gosh.
And I've never seen him at our local card shop. Like, oh my gosh, I love Pokemon.
Yeah, no, I mean, it just, and I know they're out there. I've seen them at cons. I've seen them at sports shows, sports card shows. They're out there. So obviously they're number 4 up there for a reason. But yeah, it just doesn't look right.
Couple more. Despite the WWE Prism craze, I don't like seeing WWE and boxing combined, first of all. And
that made no sense.
Only adding up to number 10 as far
collectively.
as collectively.
You think that'll change though?
No, I don't.
Even after like Panini, WWE Prism?
I don't.
No.
Oh boy, that's a good question. If you're going to see it uptick, it's going to be in the next month or two, couple months, or else it's not going to.
Yeah.
I think we've seen the Panini Prism load blown, frankly.
You think so?
I do. Yeah. You're already seeing Undertaker cards. I lost to one just a couple weeks ago for like $40.
Yeah.
They're already selling for like $2.
That's a fierce drop off, right? I mean, like 2 weeks ago, you wouldn't even been able to buy into a break quickly enough. Like the boxes were way out of hand, right? And I mean, I can definitely tell that the buzz is dying off already. Right?
It is, and you're going to touch on this in just a minute with the shield bidding, because a lot of people are accusing influencers of really pumping the WWE product, the Prism.
You think it was just influencers? I
No.
mean,
No, I
'cause-
think it was a new exciting product.
yeah.
First time you got to see some of the, and Prism is, whether you like it or not. And honestly, I'll be honest with you. Prism is not one of my favorite sets. I just appreciate that everyone loves it.
Yeah, I think that's it, right? Like you and Chad have voiced that opinion, pretty collectively. Yeah.
And I think that that's what people saw. They saw, hey, it's an iconic set, and it's the first time they've offered WWE, and these are some of the greatest wrestlers that we grew up. Keep in mind, there were one or two wrestling rookies that really sold well, but it was really Undertaker, Stone Cold, The Rock. It was the legends.
Right, Roman Reigns at best,
Roman Reigns, right? Yeah. So no, I don't think that they're going to come up much more than that. I don't think that there's a strong market for WWE. I think WWE and UFC and Formula One, I think those are all overflow markets. When people get sick and tired and are pushed out of the big four, they're going to go to these.
Towards.
Yeah. Couple more. Sorry.
Yeah, you're fine.
2 left. Mike Trout at number 4. Maybe that hype train's starting to come to a stop. Slowing down for sure.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll come to a stop. I'm being facetious. But. And then Mac Jones at 4 in football. I thought that was interesting. No Josh Allen in the top 5.
Yeah, are his cards just not available anymore? I mean,
maybe
his stuff's just out there now, right? And slabbed or not slabbed, right?
Yeah, that could be. Might all be locked up. But that was kind of my take overall as far as some of the numbers from that list. I know we're not going over each list in order, like who was in what, but I don't think you guys need all that.
Trying to keep this interesting.
And we'll throw it on our blog.
Yeah. We'll definitely at least post the link so you can scroll through and critique on your own.
Perfect.
Yeah, maybe I'll do you a favor and screenshot it all so you don't have to actually click a link.
Oh.
Good grief, you lazy.
the things
No,
we do for you.
I meant that to come across as thank you for clicking over to our website. And, my filter, geez.
But go check us out. Go check out our blog because we'll throw something up there for you.
Yeah, no, we try.
What do you think, Timmy, though? What struck you as good or bad here?
No, I'm with you on the goods. It was nice to learn something new, like, the Kaprizov was cool. It was nice to see Burrow, like you said, above Herbert. That was surprising because Herbert's number 7, I think, on the list of top 10 most subbed cards.
Right.
A couple vets, though, are just standing the test of time, like over and over when I see these lists. I mean, Griffey. The Upper Deck Star is just always up there.
Right.
So that's interesting to me because, I've subbed a couple Junk Wax era cards to PSA, and my success rate in having them come back in a slab as authentic is like 0.
Really?
So I don't understand where this is coming from. I sent in a really nice Roger Clemens rookie the other day. Not the other day, like at least a year ago. But when I got it back, altered, and it was pack pulled. And I know, like, people say pack pulled. That's one of the things that has to go, like, when you're on eBay. It's like, pack pulled,
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that it's in nice condition, right? But this was pristine.
I'll tell you where pack pulled is important. It means that it's limited ownership. Fewer owners, so the potential for damage is maybe
lower.
Mitigated. But you're right. You should not read into that as meaning this
Gem
is
mint.
a crisp, clean gem mint card.
But this was crisp, clean, and pack pulled.
So why'd they mark it altered? Do you know?
No idea. I think they're I'm just curious. Like, there's obviously volume enough to get that card to PSA, and I know that card was way overprinted, right? I mean, that's not...
Someone reach out to us at PTTF Podcast on Instagram and tell Timmy what he's doing wrong.
Yeah, probably everything. But yeah, no, so you got Griffey, you got the Kobe Topps rookie, the 81 Topps Montana is just... I didn't think he was that popular.
Oh, he was Tom Brady when we were growing up.
Yeah, that's
Before
fair.
Tom Brady existed, he was Tom Brady.
Fair enough. Okay, so maybe he deserves to be on there. And then Anthony Edwards, bringing up the rear at number 9.
I thought that was interesting.
I think he's going to fall right back off after that playoff exit.
I do too. And a lot of these were like, you could see they weren't even in the top 20 and jumped up.
Clearly spiked for a little blip.
Exactly.
Yeah. Sorry, Minnesota Timberwolves fans. He is not the next Jordan. So.
Timmy, I want to get into your story about the Marvel cards in just a second. But before we do, you did ask if we need to start recognizing the emerging sports section. The emerging sports section for PSA, from best I could tell, was like F1.
Mm-hmm.
Seems a little beat. Soccer. I would throw in there.
And MMA, I guess. But
Yeah, except these guys seem to like reclassify them. I almost think
Yeah.
like they've left F1 alone.
that's true.
In a
right?
weird
'Cause,
way.
Yeah, you can't lump them in together, right?
So, and when I clicked on their top 10, it appeared to be F1 drivers. The only thing I got to say about that is if you go onto Netflix, F1, I think it's called like Drive to Survive. It's kind of a hard knocks for Formula One.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been following the past 4 seasons. It's riveting.
Is it?
Even
Okay.
my brother found it independently from me and wrote me. He's like, you have to watch this.
Huh.
I highly recommend you all check it out. F1, the Drive to Survive, I think is, or something like that. But it's the Formula One show on Netflix. And I'll tell you what, this show might, no pun intended, drive me into Formula One cards.
Really?
I kid you not.
Interesting. Yeah.
It is so cool to see kind of the ins and outs and how these guys get to know these characters. So I highly recommend that. But what I was going to ask you, Timmy, is do you have any predictions as far as what we'll see in April with PSA subs? Maybe one bold prediction if you have one. If not, no worries. I've got one.
Since it is baseball season, it's hard to ignore Nolan Gorman just completely tearing up the baseball this year.
Yeah.
And so he kind of fell off the radar as far as baseball prospecting went because people kind of wrote him off. And then plus we had the weird season in there. But yeah, he's picking up some hobby buzz right now. And I could see people digging out his ungraded cards and finishing subbing them or, really dusting off all the graded ones. So
Okay.
it'll be interesting if he makes it up on that list. So.
I'm predicting a lot more baseball. I don't think football overtakes basketball. I actually think basketball will overtake baseball. You're going to see
Even during the season. Yeah.
even during the season because I think you're going to start to see playoff hype hit. So you're going to hit basketball, baseball, football is my prediction for April. I think that could
That's
change as we get into the summer.
Yeah.
But man, football I think still going to continue to struggle. I don't understand why, other than as we've talked about before, they all have helmets. They're all masked. Maybe it's harder to identify with them.
Yeah, the connection's not quite there, right? So that makes it tough. And then just, only 16-game season, all of that, 17. But
Right. So before we head out, Timmy, I want to hear about this Marvel issue that's going on because I've heard a lot of ranting about other products, and I think it's a similar complaint to what you're about to unload.
Yeah, and this isn't so much just a commentary on Marvel, but just like the shilliness of certain emerging markets, you might say, right? And so that's where the F1, the WWE stuff has gotten a little interesting to me because you see these little flash in a pan blips. And that very clearly just seemed suspect to me when I was looking at the Marvel hype because, people tried so hard to make that happen in the hobby.
Right.
And you could tell, right? Like, people that I knew only collected baseball were suddenly, snagging Marvel PMGs, right?
I was tempted to get a Captain America.
Yeah. Captain America's awesome. He's one of my favorite superheroes. I know he's yours, right? By leaps and bounds, right? And, Spidey, Spider-Man's always been up there. Iron Man's been up there.
Put together your own little Avenger.
Yeah, exactly. That'd be so much fun.
Yeah.
Nice little ruby red PMGs of your little lineup just sitting on a shelf staring at you. Amping you up every morning.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. But
these cards are insanely expensive.
Insane. Right. So, Doctor Strange and the multiverse is coming out, right? And so Doctor Strange's PMG from the Marvel product, I forget which year now, there was a post about it on Card Porn that said that just half a year ago or so, it sold for $52,800.
Oh, my God. For Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange, yeah.
Who is a big deal now, but 5 years ago, none of us would have known who he is.
Well, if you were nerdy enough, you would know, but
Fair.
he's not like an A-list,
Right.
Superhero, Avenger, whatever, comic book character, right?
Wow.
Yeah. And then it crashed hard. Like the most recent comp was $6,700. Come on. That's purely manipulation, right?
That has to be.
Somebody bought on eBay until the card hit that price and then dumped, right? This is classic, pump and dump.
And I've seen that online with some other cards on social media a lot lately where they will even show cards that have sold 3 weeks ago for $17,000 and then the same card sells again for $11,000 a week ago because they were trying to manipulate the market.
So hard, right? And then you just price yourself out of like the most reasonable part of the market, right? And
I
so
wish
you just know.
eBay needs to, and I realize this is an impossible task.
Mm-hmm.
I almost wish that they would ban people for life when you don't pay for an item. Like you don't pay, you're done.
It should, right? You know, we know of a website that does that.
Yeah.
Right? MySlabs.com.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you make of all this Marvel stuff now? Time to buy, time to wait and see what's going on.
No, I mean, I think it's kind of like, you know, the little spike that we had in all sports cards, 2 years ago now, right? Year and a half ago.
Yeah. Now you think this is affecting tickets as well?
Yeah, I had mentioned that, right? You know, because I think those are the two things that jump out at me in the last half year as, you know, overflow type markets that were really trying hard to happen. And I think tickets you'll see more and more of for the time being until people kind of catch up and they're like, oh, you know, they're not that interesting, right?
Yeah.
They have historical value, but they're getting like shilled and pumped hard in collecting circles. By people, you know, obviously who want to like make them a thing, make them valuable, and you know, take pride in collecting them. So I mean, that's well intentioned, but yeah, I mean, I don't know that the majority of the collecting world still pays attention to them necessarily, right?
Yeah. No, I think that's a really good lesson to learn, and I still am kind of fond of this idea of a ticket if it's the right ticket, depending, you know, and you get the right. Maybe you want to get an autograph.
Oh yeah.
But I think that your point is well taken, Tim, that you have to be very cautious in dealing in tickets and Marvel right now. Make sure you really do your homework so that you don't get taken advantage of.
Yeah. And I'm going to geek out a little bit, but, you know, just before the show, you know, I was, you know, tracking some charts, right, for something non-card related. I'll leave it at that. But, yeah, I mean, you do this thing, I call it when the card, not the card, but, you know, the chart decides to go a little parabolic, right, and starts looking like a parabolic curve. That's the wrong time to buy anything in any market. And that's what happened with Marvel, right? That's what's happening with ticket stubs.
Yeah.
So just be careful.
Right.
That's all. You know, I mean, there's nothing wrong with enjoying these really cool things, but don't get taken advantage of. Don't be the guy who's getting dumped on.
Great advice. Great advice. All right, Timmy. Well, with the two bulls, it's been another fun show. We're missing Chad. Thinking of you, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
But for Timmy, this is Ricky. What am I this week?
Okay.
Wishing all of you a one-of-one night. So, baby eBay was supposed to come help us out today.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't.
And that's okay.
I was going to give him this, but it's for you now.
Whoa!